Hey, what's up, team? This is Eddie Gray. Welcome to Resources for the Modern Creative, where we help you become a better producer. And we're covering IQ Reverb by HOFA. This thing is potentially the very best reverb ever created, insofar as it has a plentitude of options. It's easy to understand. Not only do you have convolution reverb, 4 of them at that, but you also have 2 algorithmic reverbs as well. Let's jump right in. I've mapped this to my MIDI controller. I'm going to be playing this through a pulse like this. Okay, so the dry signal is going to sound like that. All right, so let's bring this up to 100%. Now we have the option of increasing the input so that the signal is being hit a little bit harder. And that will change the way the reverb reacts. And then after that, we'll go into this first slot called Reverb Time. And here, so this is an impulse response. Let's dial back. Okay, so we'll keep that time, but we'll increase the size like this. All right, so let's make this really short. Just a small room. Okay, now we'll play with the pre-delay. So when the verb comes in, I want to hear the original signal first, and then I want it to come in afterwards. There we go. Okay, and then from there, I'll shape the tone of the reverb. Here we go. Let's make this darker. Okay, so lots of possibilities there. We can control in full depth the direct signal reflections, but I want to move on to this next tab where I get to create an EQ curve all in-house. You no longer have to look for another reverb, for another modulation source, as we'll see here in a second. And EQ, it's all here. That's the beautiful thing about this design that HOFA created. Let's listen to this. Okay, from there, you have the opportunity, once you enable the IR cut, to go ahead and play with the length of the impulse response. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, let me play with that fade, so it's a short fade out. So obviously, when you make your adjustments, it's going to take a second here to adjust and calibrate itself. But yeah, you get the opportunity to also pick the fade in and the trim start as well. Let's see if we can... Okay, let's try this. Okay, no fade in. Okay, and then let's go back to reverb time, and let's pull back on the pre-delay here. There we go. Okay, so then now we have played with the impulse response, the reverb time. Let's modulate this a little bit, okay? We'll leave this at the rate of 300 hertz, and let's just go ahead and lift that up. You can position the reverb where you want in the room. Check this out. This is my favorite feature. That is crazy. On top of that, we can actually saturate the signal. So let's get this going here. Hold on. All right, let's try this out. How great is that? You don't even have to distort or saturate the signal anymore. It's all just being done for us. All right, and then something you definitely don't see within a reverb like this is a compressor. So let's go ahead and compress the signal. So without the compression, it's just playing full out, right? As soon as we start to create that threshold, ratio is set 4. Now, let's go ahead and bite right away. As soon as that signal comes through, we'll hit it. And then we'll have a long release, so it's really holding it down. So that's something, again, you just don't see. This would usually take a tremendous amount of setup time. Now you can have that vocal come in. You can have the singer voice the word, the phrase. You can hear the diction. And then all of a sudden you get that layer of reverb that pops out at the right time. So we can compress and we can also gate as well. Check this out. Okay, let's back off. So without the gate, we get this. So you have very refined control over really every single parameter that you can think of. And if that wasn't enough, here's the best part. You can actually include an algorithmic reverb as well. And not just one, but 2. And let's go ahead and listen to this. First, I'll adjust the size and the gain. Okay, we'll take the filters and make some adjustments there. Let's get maybe just the higher portion. Okay. Okay, I'll back off of the size a bit. And let's bring the pre-delay somewhere around 30. And let's see what that sounds like. Okay, and then let's see what diffusion does. Okay, all the way up. Believe that's probably related to the size of the room. So let's get that to thicken up and let's see how this sounds. Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely hear more color. Good. And then on top of that, you also have the ability to modulate right here. Let me go ahead and increase the decay. So that would be just a long decay. Let's add some modulation here. So remember, when we started, we had this. And through the beauty of this incredible reverb, again, ability to control the input, the IR tell, the EQ curve, all of a sudden you can gate, you can saturate so much within this one incredible plugin. You've got a ton of presets to work with. If you're not somebody that likes to be hand-on, you can load your own impulse responses if you are somebody that likes to geek out over this stuff. But yeah, one of my favorite features is just the ability to affect the envelope of the impulse response. In effect, essentially creating your own sidechain. So let's take a listen to what we have now. Okay, and let me just remove the algo verb just for a second. Okay, so then what you can do here is, let's say you, I don't know, had a vocal and you wanted the phrase to start out wet, but maybe dip down for a second. You can actually create that in real time. So that's pretty impressive. All of this stuff can be done in seconds flat. Rest my case. If you like this plugin, go ahead and let them know that Eddie Gray sent you. I believe in it. This is something that I'm going to be using exclusively simply because all the options are in front of me. And if I can eliminate 3, 4, 5 decisions, then you guys know that's what I'm all about here on this channel. If you want to support the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Every little bit counts. So every single time you like, every single time you subscribe really helps out what we're doing here. So thank you so much for the support. And final words on HOFA. This thing is a beast of a plugin. I would say I don't have a lot of experience with Altiverb, but from the looks of it, this thing is akin to that quality, that level of sophistication. So if you're looking for an incredible reverb that can just about do anything, but not necessarily break the bank, then go ahead and check out HOFA. Again, tell them Eddie Gray sent you, and they should be able to hook you up. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much. Stay up, stay happy, stay focused on what you want. Catch you on the next one.